Morning, y'all. It's Hillbilly Goddess coming to you from downtown Las Vegas. And as promised, we're going to do part 2 in our little story in the book Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's little stories about love. And yesterday we talked about a man who didn't believe in love. He had had some bad experiences. He was very skeptical. And he met a woman on a park bench who also didn't believe in love. She'd had a bad situation herself. And the question that I posed to you was, why even search for love any longer? I had a couple of thoughtful responses on that yesterday. And I told you that I was still a hopeful optimist. There's different kinds of love, and I'm not talking about the love you have for your fellow man, but love that you would have for a partner. So let's finish and see what Don Miguel Ruiz says about the rest of this. They were so much alike and they became the best friends ever. It was a wonderful relationship. They respected each other and they never put each other down. With every step they took together, they were happy. There was no envy or jealousy. There was no control, no possessiveness. The relationship kept growing and growing. They loved to be together because when they were together, they had a lot of fun. When they were not together, they missed each other. One day when the man was out of town, he had the weirdest idea. He was thinking, maybe what I feel for her is love, but this is so different from what I've ever felt before. It's not what the poets say it is. It's not what religion says, because I'm not responsible for her. I don't take anything from her. I don't have the need for her to take care of me. I don't need to blame her for my difficulties or to take my dramas to her. We have the best time together. We enjoy each other. I think I respect the way she thinks and the way she feels. She doesn't embarrass me. She doesn't bother me. I don't feel jealous when she's with other people. I don't feel envy when she's successful. Perhaps love does exist, but it's not what everyone thinks love is. He could hardly wait to go back home and talk to her, to let her know about his weird idea. As soon as he started talking, she said, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had the same idea long ago, but I didn't want to share it with you because I know you don't believe in love. Perhaps love does exist, but it isn't what we thought it was. They decided to become lovers and to live together, and it was amazing that things didn't change. They still respected each other, they were still supportive of each other, and the love grew more and more. Even the simplest things made their hearts sing with love because they were so happy. The man's heart was so full with all the love he felt that one night a great miracle happened. He was looking at the stars and found the most beautiful one, and his love was so big that the star started coming down from the sky, and soon that star was in his hands. Then a second miracle happened, and his soul merged with that star. He was intensely happy, and he could hardly wait to go to the woman and put that star in her hands to prove his love for her. As soon as he put the star in her hands, she felt a moment of doubt. This love was overwhelming, and in that moment the star fell from her hands and broke into 1,000,000 pieces. Now there is an old man walking around the world swearing that love doesn't exist, and there is a beautiful old woman at home waiting for a man, shedding a tear for a paradise that once she had in her hands, but for one moment of doubt she let go. This is the story about the man who didn't believe in love. Who made the mistake? Do you want to guess what went wrong? The mistake was on the man's part in thinking he could give the woman his happiness. The star was his happiness, and his mistake was to put his happiness in her hands. Happiness never comes from outside us. He was happy because of the love coming out of him. She was happy because of the love coming out of her. But as soon as he made her responsible for his happiness, she broke the star because she could not be responsible for his happiness. No matter how much the woman loved him, she could never make him happy because she could never know what he had in his mind. She could never know what his expectations were because she could not know his dreams. If you take your happiness and put it in someone else's hands, sooner or later they are going to break it. If you give your happiness to someone else, they can always take it away. Then if happiness can only come from inside of you and is the result of your love, you are responsible for your happiness. We can never make anybody responsible for our own happiness. But when we go to the church to get married, the first thing we do is exchange rings. We put our star in each other's hands.